like Sharon was saying, you know, about the whole thing about it's difficult sometimes. I'll give you one example. Last week at the swap meet where I also do this little loan I can see people when they're coming through me, and after they're done, and when they walk, so I can see how my stuff worked for them. When they come over, and some, they don't believe in the doctors. They don't want to see the doctor. So they're coming to me with an issue or some sort of condition that if they went and saw the doctor, they could have gotten medicine. They could have done something other than monitor on him and everything. They had to check him twice because he was fine. And it was just from the energy that I had put on him. This is nothing, and I keep trying to tell these people, it's not a miracle. This is not voodoo. This is real. This stuff is real. But you have to believe in yourself. And he believed in himself too because he was ready to go. He was just going forward and he couldn't see what he was doing. But when the paramedics got there, and they even asked him after the second time they did the EKG, they said, "Sir, we find you okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. You still want to go to the hospital?" He said, "No." And once they left, I had to remind him, "Please go see your doctor." You know, so I am working with both, you know, the regular doctors and with what I can do. I know what I can do. But there's a certain limit where I have to remind them, I'm not, you know, him. He's the only one that can totally bring me out.
You're nervous and scared when you started to react, kind of reaction. Nervous? Were you nervous or scared that you had the client had a reaction?
No, this is like, you know, something that's it's normal for me. I find it a lot easier to just go ahead and work with what I have, and then, you know, keep talking to them, and then laying down and go ahead and power up. And the powering up, that I can do.
They tell you that they have post-reaction bleeding?
I can see it.
Or you can see it perspiring?
Yeah. Well, because when the paramedics come, they have their little booklet, and they're checking up to the book. Me, I'm doing by sight.
Well, the guy probably had some kind of health condition. You must know too because you work with all kinds of people. And they come in and, you know, you don't know what they have. They might have a heart condition or whatever. You know, luckily Bert has some medical background. He's also, you know, a massage therapist too. You know, he recognized the guy was obviously in some kind of physical distress.
Part of the consultation.
And so he was able to, and it just probably happened that Bert was working on him when he started to have a, you know, have something happen. You know, that's why too, people who do healing work, Jesse and I are probably, you know, that's why we like to do it in the hospitals and stuff too. There's no worry about, you know, getting medical help or whatever. They're in the hospital, you know. But for something like this, you're working on the public, if you're not prepared for that medical emergency, you know, so for people do healing, you know, that's another consideration. You know, are you prepared to deal with whatever happens? You know, don't just think like, you know, okay, I'm a Reiki master now, I can hang out my shingle and, you know, just treat everybody and now teach anybody and whatever. There is some experience that you need. Just keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't give food on.
Well, in Bert's case, energy probably helped him.
Capabilities and capacities.
Well, you know, and part of it too is Bert having abilities. He probably sensed what would help this guy. You know, but if you don't have ability, you might, you know, want to rethink that. What are you going to do if something happens? Right?
I work on people in wheelchairs. I work on people in their, you know, what's comfortable for them. So I go to their place and, do I have to get in a chair? No, just stay right there. Because I can feel stuff. My hand feels stuff. It's different from when I used to do massage. Massage, I can feel the muscle. But with what I do now, I can actually feel the area. There'll be times where, a lot of times, people come to me and I say, what do you need? What's your problem? I don't know everything. So I get them on the table and I feel this, I feel that. They go, how'd you find it?
My
it feels.
my uncle is husband. just touches and believes the Bible and touches. Just like just talking to them and just giving a positive energy, laughing, talking and playing with them. And just talking to them. It's okay. Is it?
Everybody has different ways.
No,
Yeah.
good. No?
Yeah.
God loves miracles.
No, I wanted to say something. When I say that everybody has the ability, it's a small thing just for you guys. Rub you guys' hand together. Hard as you can, make it warm. That's for you. Go now. Rub you guys' hand. Make it till you get hot. Hold your hands tight together. Hold tight. When I tell you, you open your hand and point to each other. If you can feel the heat heating back and forth in two hands, maybe 5 inches, 6 inches, you're channeling energy from the heat that you make by rubbing. Why are we closing our hand and bending our arms? Because we're pumping the blood from our arms into our hands. Okay? When I tell you ready, I want you guys to listen to what I say. So now close you guys' eyes. Close you guys' eyes. Close your eyes. Alright. Listen to what I'm gonna say. You see a ball in your mind floating. A red ball. It's floating in the air. Now, that red ball is having a flame over it. There's a fire over that red ball. Now that ball starts to crack, and you can actually see the lava, red, orangey red lava on top of that thing. You can feel the heat. Now think about that heat going into you guys' hands. Concentrate now of that heat going into your hands. Okay? I want you guys to open your guys' eyes. Now look what I'm going to do. Now watch what I'm going to do now. When I do, and then do the thing. 1, 2, 3. Open, close your hands in cups. Close that and flex like pushing together. But don't make your hands touch together. Okay, go. Can you feel that light heat going back and forth? That will tell you that everybody here has that ability. That's the start of healing. This is also a start to tell you where it's good and bad. When you feel something on a thing and it doesn't feel right, and it's not right. If it feels comfortable, that's good chi, good energy. This is how guys like me walk around when we're fighting something evil. Good. If you get good, you can help the person to heal better. Of course, if you're on an evil place, you're not helping the person. You have to have channeling of the energy around you. Like the trees, the forest, the air, the ocean, stuff like that. A comfortable area where your mind is set, start healing. This is why when you put your hands on it, so if you put your hands like that, you feel wrong. If you feel uncomfortable, the simplest thing to do is because where there's good is bad, where there's bad there's good. Let's move. If you feel something comfortable, then you can start that. What I was trying to do when you get the eyes closed is to meditate on something. Basically, when we close our eyes, we put ourselves in a constant meditation where we're comfortable. Some people like going to a place, they like going to a beach, or going to one area, like tentless. I like looking over tentless at night, looking over the University of Hawai'i. It makes me comfortable. Or going down to Maui, see the sunset coming down, with the rays coming down, and see people play. When you're in a comfortable part of your body, and you're happy with yourself, and that's the biggest thing, you're comfortable, anything can be done. But you cannot do when you're mad. You cannot do when you eat something, choking your neck. Because that's not going to work. Everything you have to be happy. I'll leave it at that. You can ask questions and stuff, but everybody here understand what you mean.
It's also called a block. Whenever you have a block inside where you're trying to draw energy or channel energy, it's going to stop. That block stops. The block stops any type of emotional block. As long as you stay open, take all the blocks out, emotional, physical, whatever, take the block out. Really concentrate when you go ahead and do meditation. Meditation will help you clear those blocks. We're just human. This is our physical being. We're human. We have blocks. But if you want to do the healing, you have to remove the blocks and go ahead and heal. Once you do the healing, you're going to feel the difference, the way that the energy flows through you out your hands. Once you get that feeling of being able to heal, go ahead and put the blocks back in, but it's better to just remove totally. And once you do that, you'll feel a different rising, ascending, because you have no more blocks.
Essentially too, when I talk about as you work with energy, you might have experiences, expand your awareness and whatever. In my mind, I think that's basically kind of what's happening to purify. All that blockages or whatever in your energy system is slowly being removed. And it opens you up, it expands your awareness. Eventually you start to sense things. Everybody's different. The Reiki master taught me was a clear audience, so obviously it probably helped that ability. It might be something different for you. Jesse doesn't feel anything, but yet he's a powerful healer, right? So it just depends. But at the same time, I can feel his energy. His energy is growing through doing healing. And Mark's felt it. We can all feel energy, so we've all told him that. But that's what happens to you. Your energy will purify. Your blockages will slowly be dissolved. It might take a long time. Some people go through stuff for years to get rid of it. But eventually, if you keep with it, those blockages will be dissolved and your awareness will be expanded. And that's part of our hope in talking about this, getting people started feeling a little energy and working with it. It's like, the old systems that we've all tried before, it's never really seemed to work. We seem to go through the same thing over and over, right? Whatever greed, people come to power, governments come to power, it's all greed, and it all topples over, and then there's a new one, over and over and over. And to me, the only way to get over that is just to expand people's awareness. They can see a different possibility. And in doing so, maybe a little bit more positive change for the world, not the same old thing. And that's basically it. And it helps your personal growth. All we can be responsible is our personal journey, but in doing so, we also affect other people. And that's really just the thought behind this sort of presentation, so that people ask questions, get them to feel energy and work with it a little bit. You're drawn to meditation, do meditation. You want to do energy work, do energy work. As you heal others, you heal yourself, you're healed. Energy work passes through you, you heal yourself, the blockages are so removed. And you'll find that your awareness is expanded. Keep on going with it. A lot of people who start something and they never do anything with it. So hopefully you'll be here to work with it a little bit. Basically it. Anybody got anything to add? Mark, I want to ask you something. I kind of asked you about it before, but because I wonder about this too. I meet a lot of strange people in the hospital, and so it's like, how do you know? I guess, is there a way to know if somebody, they might just have a psychological issue, or it's something more, like maybe they have an attachment, or who knows, maybe even a possession of some sort. How do you tell?
Well, I'm going to see some stuff that maybe the next step we do, but I'm going to tell you right now. Basically, you know what they say about holy water and plain water? One is a spiritual thing that's God bless, right? One is this water. I purposely get 2 cups or things and not see nothing on which is holy, which is not. One, I throw the water on top of that, they act like, it's all in their mind. Secondly, if I put the holy water on them, I won't see nothing. If nothing happens, again, it's all in their mind. But if it starts steaming, they start burning on the holy water, you better start knowing about their prayers. This is where the Catholic stuff is. This is where the Christian stuff. You gotta search certain words. You cannot just go, you stop. You cannot say that. In God's name, help this person. Or in your belief. Sometimes you get people that atheists, I work with them. They don't believe nothing. And they burning and say, I tell them, go take a bath. And you know what happens? They take a bath and they're not burning up. You know why? It's all in their mind. You think, oh, must be something evil. Well, I can tell you, there are ways to find out this is evil. Don't go with more salt. That's beach salt. That's not milk. You have to go with rock salt because it's pure. Rock salt you can cleanse, and it's in all different nationalities uses that. You got from England, India, Philippines, Guam, Hawaii. Everybody uses salt in one way. Why? Because it purifies the place. Now, maybe you guys don't understand some of this, but we use salt, we put it into water, we mix it up, put on the table and we spray around. That water sprays around, pushes the spirit, but you have to leave an opening so they can leave. If you spray them all over the place, where the spirit gonna go? You just been stuck there. You have to keep one spot on there. So you work your way, leaving on spots so they can come out. This is how we do houses. We do the room, the living room, the rooms itself, the bathroom, the kitchen, and everything. But the hallway is last, so we have the spirit to come out. And this is, it doesn't end there. You have to do the yard. Why? Because you get the yard, people gonna walk in with the spirit back. And it's gonna be double, it's gonna be more hard. We get them all out past the post box, out from the garage and everything, get out. Some people don't believe that. Yet what happens? They bring them home. And they'll probably have, and I can tell you stories and stories, but I'm not going to go there because there's a lot of stories about that can happen. But in the long run, you become a healer. You also have to admit the stuff because you'll get plenty of guys complain like they're sick. You're not sick. They might be possessed, and that's worse. Because they're going to go to priests, which they don't want to do because they're going to have to do investigation 6 months to a couple of years. Then you can go to the Baptist, Jehovah, Nazarene, you go to all the religions. And guess what? They're going on the phone, look for guys like me. Can you do it? It's not fun because I don't take money. It doesn't work for me, guys. There's no money involved in this. Once I do that, it's going to backfire on me. It's from the heart when I do this. And they call me nighttime, daytime. And this is the other thing you guys have to remember. What Sharon said, once you start something like this, you can't stop it. Once you go there and fight evil or fight one other spirit, they're trying to take over that body, you're trying to get them out. You're now the target. You now have to always do something. It's not like if you go home and sleep. The next night, next morning. Remember, ghosts don't have to sleep. They passed away. And I have people who go, oh yeah, you know, they don't believe in heaven and hell. So where are they? They're here. We can scare them away. They can push them on. I showed Sharon and Bert how it feels and how to see. Bert saw it with his third eye. Sharon saw it. My fault that I actually squeaked it out and went into a car, which the guy went that way, and I go, oh. Now, like, some car has that ghost, but it can be done. I took a long time to actually learn this when I was a kid. I try to teach people like my friend here and cousin Chauncey. But the thing is, when I first met him, he go with anger and you're not helping. See, when you get mad, you're feeding that spirit. Now, I know it's going to be hard to go there. Now, come on, you want to leave. You're going to have to do that because every word you say is going against you. Imagine one small little kid. I cannot tell you what religion was that, but big Hawaiians and Samoans, this little girl will levitate 2 feet off the ground and start throwing them like dirty rags. They called me and I was there. I'm sorry, I came there for the food and then we come for the religion. So they go, oh, Mark, you do something. So I start bouncing around. All right, Mark, what are you going to do? I'm going to kick him out of my mind and punch him. I go, no, you gotta pray. Well, you didn't tell me that. So they put out the stuff and they thought. The girl went down, lied on the ground, and then they all blessed her. You know, not spit on, you know, like, no, Or like, you know, gently say, in God's name, you know, leave the body. All of us, no matter what religion, what nationality you are, each one of them have a healing way. Each one of them have a doctrine. You get Zen. You have, you know, Baptist. You have all the different nationalities, you know, all the different religions. They all work on the belief what you do. But you have to remember that one only word, self-healing. If that person not going to believe the self-healing, that person going to die. Or worse, you're going to feel bad because that person died. But in reality, you shouldn't. Because why? In life, God take, God give. And in regular, in atheists, they go, well, what's his time? You cannot save everything. If we did that, then this world will be overpopulated to the max. Life have to go and end. And if we have to remember that. All of us right here might go, oh yeah, you know, the guy talked about this and that. But remember, if you really wanted to be a leader, just go for it. If you don't want to be here, just listen and stuff that. And ask questions. We're not going to hurt you. We're not going to strangle you. We'll break your arm. Before I started all this in my life, I wanted to be a priest. I learned this salt things up a couple. Worse than only thing I think, over 40-something years, I was in martial arts. I'm a 9th-degree black belt. I fought around people that fought around the world, and I beat them. I beat 3 world champions in my lifetime. I got a standing of 1,288 fights in my lifetime. I lost only 6. And I can brag about that. Because no one here in Hawaii actually beat me. If they didn't beat me because they were my instructors. That's the only way you can find out. So I have a big chip on my shoulder. That's why when I talk to Bert and me, we used to be bouncing. Oh, yeah, I got to do this. But look what we're doing now, healers. He heals and helps people. What I do, I help spiritual and healing. Don't ever think you can only be one way. You can be either way you want. That's the way you are. If you don't, then you're one-sided. You have to be open-minded to do a lot of things. Look, I always wanted to be a powerlifter. What I used to bench, 600 pounds on a bench. Squat 1,003 pounds. I lost my foot in an accident. And I put guys out by punching with my finger. That's the most ability all you guys have. You have the same ability. You just need to practice it. Focus on your mind. Focus on your life. No, look, my lifetime, I was a custodian. I worked about 9 years in the state before I got an accident. Now think about where I was. Now I took this general test. I wanted to see how bad I was. In my time in Campbell High School, I think my level was 10th degree. And my sister would test me and say, oh, you're 10th degree. I went to this general test with White Paul High School students, Pearl City, Campbell High School, and some adults. They can hardly score 70. I scored 110. Now, what that says, and what the biggest thing about this, I was dyslexic. I see things reverse. That's why it's a long time for me to read. But once I understand, I get everything correct. Now, if I put my mind into that, maybe I'll be an office worker. This is why you don't give up on yourself. You can be anything you want. There is handicapped people out there who can do a lot of things. Maybe their motor skills cannot do nothing, but their mind is really strong. They keep them going. This is why when I met Bert, Sharon, and Jesse, and some of the other people around here, it keeps me going. Because if they can do things and look over and help people and stuff like that, mine's dime a dozen, I can do it too. So I hope you guys from this class, or what you guys learn, go out there and go for it. Do anything you want. If you want to be the best artist, go for it. If you want to be the best chef or cook, go for it. Or you just want to better knowledge in high school or anything, or be a leader. It's for you. You guys are cool. That's simple. I'll leave it on that.
seen past lives, or do you want to know, like, I guess, how to see past lives, or? All of the above. Woo, tall order.
Psychic, you see psychic, like you talk about psychic. Psychic.
I don't know.
About psychic, they can see past life.
I know.
You talk about your past lives that you did. For answering that, some people get the ability to look at themselves through the mirror. You look in the mirror, look straight in your eyes, and focus. You go like a trance, you can see things that you used to do. Or get a psychic.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do because he can help you and tell you what life is like. You know that some of my friends, they were actually girls in their past life. They weren't boys. They were girls. And some of the guys and stuff like that, they were animals, like a horse and stuff like that. People thinking that our life is spiritual. No. This is why you have to find out. But he always tests out the psychic too. Sometimes the psychic is like whack. Because he was the helter skelter. Oh, you know what I mean, right? You gotta really go down there and find out. Not just go to anybody. Go, okay, tell me my life. You have to really find out. Really find out. Go to people that actually see him or look up the guy. Or else, if you can, focus yourself, go into meditation and see if you can. Some guys can. They can meditate and put themselves into a trance where they can see their past lives. I had some friends that was into Genghis Khan time. I had some friends that was in Japan. And then we had people that I don't even know was in Hawaiian stuff, in the court and stuff like that. They were the runners, to give the information. They run all these miles and everything to give information. Then they die because they don't stop until they give the information. See, everybody might have, then you have people that never had that life. But again, that's where you gotta find out the psychic.
There are people out there that they have different lifestyles and stuff. There's a person that does past life regression. They'll put you under in a they'll hypnotize you. And that's happened once with me. I was able to see one of my past lives. And it was in Old England, but I was not white. I was Indian. So yeah, I was able to see, but it was really quick, and it was sort of like looking at myself, because I was on the boat looking at myself, turned around, it's me, and next thing I know, it's Old England, about 1700, and I never heard from her again because I think I powered her up. But also, the animals that followed, there were 2 dragons, Asian dragons, and the rest were American Indian as well as Hawaiian. But the American Indian ones are real strong.
It is like, definitely it's you. No doubt, it's you.
It seemed that way, yeah. I mean, he definitely felt it was him. I mean, I can't even tell you how to get me there. I've seen some, but even though the face was different, somehow, there's only way I can explain it. I knew it was me. I can't explain it any other way than that. It was a different person, but somehow I knew it was me. And I've heard some people say, like, they can do things where they can sit, or maybe they can sit and gaze in the mirror, or they can sit across from the person, and you kind of go in a meditative state, clear your mind, and if you soften your gaze and just kind of go with it, sometimes you can see, like, faces pass in front of your face or the other person's face. For me, it's just, it just pops in my head, that's all I can say. So I don't really have a technique, but I've heard about past life regression with hypnosis. That seems to be fairly effective. But at the same time, I think, you have to be aware, imagination can come in or whatever. So if you can, I would say, if you see something, if you can, check it out to see if it's real. If it's in a time frame where we can maybe go back and see some records, did such a person maybe have a name, I guess, or whatever. For my visions, for the most part, you probably wouldn't be able to check it out because one of the lives I saw it was like as a cliff dweller, so obviously there wouldn't be any kind of records that could go back to check. So that you just have to kind of take on faith. Although I guess you could check archaeological records to see if maybe some of the details you saw match up. So do what you can. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, I don't know. They just pop in my head. That's all I can say. I don't know. Do you have any techniques, Mark? Because I know you've seen some things for yourself.
Well, sometimes, I'm not saying everybody can, but when they look in the mirror, and they look deep in their eyes, they go into a psychic thing where they see things pass by like a show, and you can actually see yourself in that. It doesn't mean that your face the same or you're the same sex. You can be a female or male, but actually the background and everything, like some people they see the Indian tribes and stuff like that. Some see Mongolia, you know, some see Viking stuff like that. But in all, like me, my background, I'm Filipino, but yet you see different nationalities. Your spirit doesn't stay with your bloodline. You can go anywhere. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's because you're born Filipino or you're born Japanese doesn't mean that your spirit was in that same bloodline. It can be any bloodline. But like I said, that's one of the ways to do it. The other way is what Bert said. Hypnosis. They put you in a trance and you bring you down. And I heard about people doing that and they actually find out much stuff better. But what we have to remember now, if you kind of get hypnotized, I mean, if you relax enough, you should be able to do it. But if you can't, then it's going to be a problem. I'm just telling you because there's people that fight that I don't like to sleep. But in reality, you have to relax to get that point. Your body has to get into that trance.
My brother does hypnosis. He's great at the Bible. You can fight like 15, 20 at a time. And he goes through the show, who's recognized, who's resisting it. He goes and says, I'm sorry, because they did not really accept the program. So it'd be nice to just and when they are there, they go deeper and deeper and deeper and actually on the floor. Nice gold, they go like on the floor. Hair all sprawled out and oh man, you gotta do that stage right? And those who watching behind the stage, they're like under the
Yeah, I thought too came to me about, I guess, past life regression or seeing past lives and whether it's real or not. I have a very kind of personal but kind of mundane memory pop into my head where I was running in the desert and sometimes I had a dog or a wolf with me, I wasn't too sure which it was, and I knew I liked running in the desert because it made me feel free. And I told that to somebody and she said, you know, Sharon, those are the kinds of memories I would believe. And I thought about it, I said, you know, she's right, because it's, you know how like some people, they go like, well, you know, I was, I don't know, the emperor of China and whatever. It's a very grandiose kind of thing, but this was so personal and yet mundane. It seems more likely to be true. Because why would you even think of that? So it's just a thought for you if you have thoughts or memories pop up into your head. Maybe that's one of the sort of personal yardsticks you can use. You know, what is that memory really saying to you? Is it something personal that maybe means something to you? What is that memory saying to you? And like I said, you know, it was such a mundane and yet personal memory. It just, you know, to me, it just seemed very real. And I could, you know, like I said, it just, I knew I was that person, and there was no question in my mind that I was that person. That's all I can say. Yeah? Yeah, very peaceful actually.
I like what he said about the mirror, you know, because in you know, Shinto and some other old religions and stuff, the mirror is the top of the altar.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you see it.
Well, isn't that some of the Taoists? Isn't that what they use?
Yeah, it's, you know, when you have teachings are supposed to be clear like a
Yeah.
mirror. Because
when we look in the mirror, I mean, when you look at me, this is the fake me. This is the me that I want other people to see. The real me goes at home and then walk around in his underwear. And, kind of but this me is the one that I try to present. A mirror is honest.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry all the fake stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's an excellent way to, if you're going to investigate past lives that are supposed to be working, it's something that is true.
Yeah. I've seen some
More
psychics say
shiny,
that.
but more true.
Yeah, just look in the mirror and you kind of go into a meditative state and sort of soften your gaze, and sometimes you see faces pass or memories might come. But in a way, maybe it's even, I guess you can think of it as a form of self-hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of gazing in the mirror and just letting your mind kind of go. And so there might be a way of almost self-hypnosis to maybe access some past memories.
But the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Well, that's
The
true.
main thing is don't give up.
I don't know, it's like, I guess it depends on what you want to spend your time with, because it's like, a lot of this stuff I never really tried to go after it. It's like, okay, so I know, let's say I know I was, I don't know, a horseman in Napoleon's army. What does that do for me now? How does that help me as a healer? I don't know, it's like, I don't know, I don't see a purpose to it. So for me, if I want to spend my time with something, I'd rather have it be something purposeful. That I just want to have a power. I just want to be able to see something or do something or have a city or whatever. There has to be more of a purpose for me. And again, you want to avoid like going on some future. I have a city now, I can whatever. Blow out candles 20 feet away, I don't know what. But yeah, to me it's not purposeful. I don't want to waste my time on it. You only got X amount of time. And I'd rather spend it doing something I feel is useful. That's just my philosophy.